Opened back in 2020.
Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Miami Dolphins
and the Las Vegas Raiders. And we are underway here in Las Vegas.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Jet sweep to start the drive.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs.
They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
This defense for the Dolphins, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
By the skin of their teeth, they are able to convert on 3rd and inches.
The Raiders at 8 and 5 to start play. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And taken down just shy of the 40.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On 2nd down, Jacobs.
And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Pickett. And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and this defense holds on the night's opening drive.
Ready, break.
Play action, now it's Tua.
Looking left sideline, incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Jermaine Pratt fighting in and dropping him for the loss.
All case right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline.
This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead. A lot of energy in this building tonight, but the opening drive produces 3, maybe quiets them just a bit, at least momentarily.
Just a little, right? That's all you're asking for, right? Things just getting started. You know they haven't taken the momentum totally here, but at the same time, they like what they've done here in the early going.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And the stakes in this game certainly high as we get toward the end of the regular season. For now, they are holding a wild card spot, but there are no shortage of other teams in the NFC looking to take that spot from them.
Starting with the guys on the other side of the field because they're on the outside looking in, and no one likes to be in that position. You want to be in the room, not looking inside to see everyone else having fun.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Pickett. Open man, that's Renfro. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
So he'll be stopped here for no gain, and that will bring up 2nd down.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Here's Jacobs from the gun. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
And now a high kick, but he hit it straight up. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt, certainly not what he wanted. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Dolphins 3, Raiders 0. Ready, set.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Tua sets up to pass it. Looking deep downfield. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10.
It's a big play there for Miami. 42 yards.
And that looked almost to be a case of, quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
I'm really not sure what was more impressive about that throw. Was it the distance traveled or the accuracy involved? Because I'm going to tell you straight up, when you're trying to hit a guy in stride that far downfield, there's nothing easy about it. But he sure made it look easy there.
And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3.
Yeah, the next-gen stats showing that at an even 57 yards through the air.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. A great effort there.
With his 14th rushing touchdown of the year.
As his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead grows to 10-0.
Dolphins 10, Raiders nothing. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
And this late season game, of course, not lacking for drama when you talk about the AFC playoff picture.
Yeah, in a sense, it's the haves versus the have-nots, because this group on offense, they'd be a wild card if the postseason started today, but they know the guys on the other side of the ball are still in that dreaded in the hunt category, and they're hungry for a win today.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Here's Pickett.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. And what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
We know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Counter play with Jacobs. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down.
They went counter there offensively, and a couple of defenders were on skates for a second.
They certainly were, and you know what offensive linemen love about the counters and the misdirections? Sometimes you don't have to block the defender. He can run himself out of the play if he doesn't read his keys properly.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
It's now 3rd and 4.
Pickett back to throw. He hits Adams, complete. Touchdown, Raiders. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now, as they will send this one away. And no return on this one, as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Looking to pass. Tua. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. Before we came up to the booth, the last thing he says, we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. That just went out the window there with a pick.
And you remember what you said to me when we were walking to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it's 2nd down. Tua going to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Now the Raiders have got him. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the 1st down sack. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That's caught by the Notre Dame man. It's Durham Smythe. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Tua now on 1st down. And Wilson with it, complete.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
First down.
On first down, Tagovailoa. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. So first and 10 now from the 30. Now Tua. He sets to fire deep.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Tua to throw again. On the right side open is Gesicki. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Boy, this is a well-orchestrated drive they've put together. You think back to how far they were backed up to start things out, but they've gone on a march since then. And now to that completion there, they've got a first.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Sanders now to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Dolphins 24, Raiders 7. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now they're just going to run it here up the middle. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
And they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Well, the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And some room to work. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
50 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
brought down at the 42-yard line. It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's third down.
The line to gain is the 33 on third down. From the gun, it's Tua.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. 1st and 10, here's Pickett.
Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Pickett will look to throw it here.
Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And out across midfield down to the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Pickett.
He finds his man complete. It's Jacobs.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Raiders try it on fourth down, but to no avail. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it. When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
To throw again on second down.
Tua. That's going to be caught by Waddle.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
Couple of Alabama guys here. Tua to Waddle for the Miami first.
Here's Tua. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up second down.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There's a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Third quarter from Southern Nevada. Here's a 2nd and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he's going to be close to a first down as he gets this to the Raiders' 43-yard line.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here we go. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He'll let this go for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And some room to roam now.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field.
So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30.
And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 2nd and a yard, Tua got his man.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
Tua going to run the sneak.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Set, ready. Good, 52.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. Touchdown, Dolphins.
Jalen Waddle
hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And the Dolphins add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. They got Pickett for the third time in this game. Picked up by Xavier Howard. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 112 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
And the Dolphins first down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. They dialed up a 3rd and 1 blitz defensively. It worked.
Yeah, and a lot of people would think, hey, they thought pass and they guessed right. In a lot of cases, you bring the blitz just to mess up the blocking on a running play. Instead, in this situation, the run wasn't there. They just followed everything right back to the quarterback.
Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And he will have a Dolphins first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Raiders are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Pickett, Renfro bringing it in over the middle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Pickett to throw on first down. Over the middle, it's complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. To throw again on 2nd down. Pickett. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 23. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Pickett right back to the air again. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late